Welcome back to Mind Alchemist. Today, our journey takes us to the world of the INFJ as we debunk myths surrounding the advocate. Often misunderstood due to their complex nature, INFJs possess a wealth of depth and nuance. As we peel back the layers, we'll uncover the reality behind one of the rarest MBTI types. Misconception 1. INFJs are often labeled as mystical or psychic. Why it exists? INFJs, one of the 16 Myers-Briggs type indicator personality types, are known for the deep intuition and unparalleled ability to understand and interpret emotions. Their innate talent for seemingly reading minds or accurately predicting certain outcomes can give the impression of some supernatural capability, leading to perceptions of them having mystical or psychic powers. The truth: while it might seem almost magical to some, the strengths of an INFJ lie in their unique blend of empathy and intuition. This does not equate to them having psychic powers. Instead, they are incredibly observant individuals who pay keen attention to details, especially when it comes to human emotions and behavioral patterns. This allows them to make connections that might seem less obvious to others, thereby giving them the appearance of being able to predict outcomes or understand underlying emotions. Overcoming the myth. For those who find it challenging to understand the depth of INFJ's intuition, it's crucial for INFJs to articulate their thought processes. By explaining how they gather information, analyze patterns, and arrive at their insights, INFJs can shed light on and demystify their intuitive capabilities, dispelling the myth of them being mystical or psychic. Misconception 2. Many believe that INFJs are overly emotional and internalize everything personally. Why it exists? INFJs are known for their deep empathy and heightened sensitivity, which often makes them appear more vulnerable or affected by situations compared to others. This can lead to assumptions about their ability to handle criticism or challenging scenarios. The truth: while INFJs are indeed in tune with emotions, this doesn't mean they lack objectivity. Their emotional depth allows them to understand and connect deeply, but they also possess the capability to separate personal feelings from the broader context. Overcoming the myth. To dispel this misconception, INFJs need to set clear boundaries and communicate effectively about their emotional processes. By doing so, they can convey to others that, while they are sensitive, they're also resilient and capable of handling feedback and adversity. Misconception 3. A prevalent notion is that INFJs are hermit-like, choosing to distance themselves from the real world. Why it exists? Given their tendency to seek solitude and moments of introspection, it's not uncommon for people to perceive INFJs as being withdrawn or disconnected from the world around them. The truth: although INFJs do value their alone time, it's primarily a way for them to recharge. This doesn't mean they shun the outside world. In reality, they deeply value meaningful interactions and are very much engaged with the world, albeit in their distinctive manner. They're not escapist. They simply engage on terms that align with their core values and depth of thought. Overcoming the myth. By actively participating in community initiatives or joining discussions that delve into profound subjects, INFJs can effectively demonstrate their engagement with the world. These actions reinforce that while they might cherish solitude, they are not isolated from society's realities. Misconception 4. A common stereotype is that INFJs are pushovers, easily swayed due to their aversion to conflict. Why it exists? INFJs inherently value harmony and often take steps to maintain a peaceful environment. This approach can be mistaken for passivity or an inability to stand for themselves. The truth: while INFJs do strive for harmony, it does not mean they lack a backbone. They possess a strong will and hold firmly to their values. Their method is not about avoiding conflict at all costs, but rather about choosing battles that align with their principles and seeking resolutions that are mutually beneficial. Overcoming the myth. To counter this misconception, it's vital for INFJs to assert themselves when core values are at stake and to establish clear boundaries in relationships and situations. By doing so, they can demonstrate that valuing harmony doesn't equate to being a pushover, but rather signifies strength in choosing constructive approaches to conflict. Misconception 5. A frequent assumption is that INFJs are mere dreamers, lacking the practicality to bring ideas to fruition. Why it exists? Due to their visionary nature and innate ability to dwell on potentialities and the bigger picture, INFJs can sometimes be perceived as being too abstract or lost in thought, overshadowing their real-world practical skills. The truth: while INFJs are indeed profound thinkers who often explore futuristic visions, they are by no means incapable of grounding themselves in reality. They possess the ability to both plan and execute tasks effectively, particularly when these tasks resonate with their deeply held values and beliefs. Overcoming the myth. To dispel this stereotype, it's beneficial for INFJs to embrace leadership roles that showcase their planning and execution skills. By taking charge of projects and guiding them to completion, they can practically demonstrate their competence and multifaceted capabilities. Misconception 6. INFJs are elitist or too selective in their relationships. Why it exists? INFJs are known for their preference for deep, meaningful relationships over superficial ones. This selectivity can be misinterpreted as them being choosy or even an elitist. The truth: INFJs cherish authentic connections. Their selectiveness isn't rooted in elitism, but in the desire to have genuine, impactful relationships. They deeply value quality over quantity in their social connections. Overcoming the myth. By actively engaging in diverse social settings and explaining their preference for deeper connections, INFJs can showcase that their selectivity is not a sign of exclusivity, but a testament to their desire for authenticity in relationships. Misconception 7. INFJs are always serious and lack a sense of humor. Why it exists? Given their introspective nature and tendency for deep conversations, some might perceive INFJs as perpetually serious individuals who might not appreciate or engage in light-hearted banter or humor. The truth: while INFJs are often drawn to profound discussions and meaningful engagements, it doesn't mean they lack a sense of humor. Many INFJs have a rich, even quirky sense of humor and can appreciate and partake in fun and laughter just like any other personality type. Their humor might be more nuanced, and they might prefer wit or sarcasm over more overt forms of comedy. Overcoming the myth. By openly showcasing their playful side and engaging in humorous interactions, INFJs can break the stereotype of being always solemn. Sharing anecdotes, jokes, or engaging in playful banter can highlight the often overlooked light-hearted aspect of their personality. As we journey through the MBTI landscape, it's essential to recognize the depth and diversity of each type. For our INFJ friends, understanding and addressing these myths can lead to richer, more genuine connections. By dispelling misconceptions, we foster a more inclusive understanding of individual personalities. This in turn promotes a more harmonious and empathetic society, where each type feels acknowledged and valued. Stay with us on Mind Alchemist as we continue to unravel the truths of the MBTI world. Each personality type brings a unique perspective and set of strengths to the table. Remember, we'll dive deeper into understanding these nuances, fostering a world of empathy and connection.